A famous rapper once asked the poignant question, "What's your fantasy?" A recent survey has the answer, and it's not what you think. Hey everyone, Julia here for DNews. Let's be honest, most people fantasize about sex. These mental images can be a quick flash-in-the-pan picture or a long, drawn-out narrative of a picnic or romp on the beach. But contrary to a recent popular novel-turned-movie, most people's fantasies are really tame. The most common fantasy for both men and women, having romantic feelings for someone while engaging in sexual activity. Yeah, you heard me right. Feelings are the most common fantasy. So says a study from the Journal of Sexual Medicine. But to be fair, it was a self-reported Canadian study, and surprisingly, no maple syrup was involved. But men and women, for the most part, are on the same page. The top 3 fantasies for women include having sex on a romantic location like a deserted beach, having sex in an unusual place such as an office or a public toilet, or taking part in oral sex. The top 3 fantasies for men: taking part in oral sex, having sex with 2 women, or having sex with someone that they know but is not their spouse. Yeah, it's pretty vanilla, right? Other findings: both straight men and women frequently fantasize about having sex with the same gender more than scientists previously thought. Domination and submission also proved quite common. What's interesting about the survey is it reinforces how women very much separate the fantasy from the desire. While some admitted to imagining scenes of domination, they would never want that to happen in real life. Women would want to read about it, but would never want to actually meet Mr. Grey in an elevator. While most men, on the other hand, tend to equate fantasy with desire. So why do we fantasize at all? Sexual fantasies for a long time were considered sinful or a sign of illness. Sexual fantasies in women were once a sign of hysteria. Oh, Victorian social norms, you were so wrong. Well, now we see fantasies as healthy and an important part of the sexual process. For both men and women, fantasizing starts the sexy juices flowing, which might help some women who feel like they have trouble getting into sexy time. The more sexual fantasies you have, the more sexual desire you feel. Fantasies can be a great way for couples to build trust and intimacy, either through sharing them or acting them out. And half of all couples do discuss fantasies. It's a great way to mix up a marriage without messing up the monogamy. Talking about fantasies leads to better communication and better sex, which can lead to a happier relationship, which can lead to greater life satisfaction. The trouble with fantasy, though, comes when people use it not as a way to intimacy, but as a way to create distance between them and their partner. Let's say you imagine someone else other than your partner too often, or you imagine you're not there in order to dissociate from the experience. If those happen too frequently, that's not a good sign. But no matter what your fantasy is, unless it's harmful to other people, children, and/or animals, it can be good for you. A study published in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletins suggests that fantasizing about sex improves analytical reasoning. Daydreaming about love stimulates creativity, on the other hand, which explains all the poems, songs, and art. And we know from previous research here at DNews how daydreaming is good for the brain. So give a boost to your biggest sexual organ, your brain. Go forth and fantasize. Just not in the comments below. Guys, I'm not gonna ask you about your sexual fantasies, so please keep them to yourself. But tell us this: are there any questions you want us to answer? Leave them in the comments below, and be sure to hit subscribe for more DNews every day of the week.